Listen, Christmas is a direct challenge to dark powers, be they visible or invisible. What God launched at Bethlehem guarantees that all current tyrannies are short-lived. A lot of people find that their merry really does vary this time of year. It's not so easy to have happy holidays. You might have heard the story about the mother go out with her daughter. They're shopping at Christmas, and I mean the traffic is gnarled, and the lines are long, and the mall is crowded, and the weather is miserable, and her feet are hurting, and they're leaving a department store, and she says to her daughter, "Did you see that nasty look that sales clerk gave me?" And her daughter said, "Mama, he did not give you a nasty look. You had it when you came in." Just saying. Here's the truth. We don't get to choose if life will be messy. We get to choose if life will be merry. And that choice was made possible because at Christmas, the world was surprised by joy. As we just heard a moment ago, an angel of the Lord appeared to them. The glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news that will cause great joy." Not average joy, not everyday run-of-the-mill joy. The actual Greek word is mega. I bring you good news that will bring mega joy for all the people. It says they were terrified. In fact, you find this theme of fear a lot in the gospel accounts of the birth of Jesus. But you find something else. 7 different times you find a call to be joyful. Here's why. When Jesus came, joy came with him. Christmas is an invitation for us to live joyful lives, not fearful lives. Now, please understand, that doesn't mean that if you're a Christian, all your troubles and sorrows take a permanent holiday. That doesn't mean if you're a Christian, you put on a happy face and you fake being merry when life is really hard. Here's what it means. It means that you see and you interpret life through the lens of the coming of Jesus. That's not what most people do. They interpret life through the lens of their circumstances. And if everything in my life is going well, then I have joy. And if everything is messed up, I lose my joy. See, here's the problem. You don't get to control life. There's a lot of things that are happening right now and going to happen this coming year that you won't get to control. You don't even see them coming. And if your circumstances are in control of how happy you can be, then your level of merry is constantly going to vary. But at Bethlehem, a capacity was birthed to enable us to live above what would normally take us under. Because when Jesus came, good reasons came with him to live with mega joy. One of those reasons is that God is above us. Oh, shepherds, they had reasons to be fearful. They were ruled by a wicked king, and they lived in a wicked world. And let's be honest, doesn't it sometimes feel like wicked people are still running the world and making it hard on all of us? And that's why we need Christmas. We need to hear again the announcement of the angel. There is a new king in town. There was a man some years ago named Christian Herter. He was the governor of the state of Massachusetts, and he's running for re-election. It's a long day of campaigning, chasing votes. Late afternoon, he goes to a church barbecue. He gets in line. The lady gives him a piece of chicken. Now, he's very hungry. He says, "Could I have another piece of chicken?" He said, "1 per person." He said, "But ma'am, I'm really starving." 1 per person. Now, he's a meek man, but he decides it's time to throw my weight. He says, "Do you know who you're talking to? I am the governor of this state." She says, "Do you know who you're talking to? I'm the lady in charge of the chicken. Move on, mister." One reason we go to church is because it's good to be reminded who's in charge. Listen, Christmas is a direct challenge to dark powers, be they visible or invisible. What God launched at Bethlehem guarantees that all current tyrannies are short-lived. All the Herods then and all the Herods today won't be in control much longer. The one who came to a manger is now sitting on a throne, and it will not be overthrown. Here's what that means. Even though it feels like it sometimes, because the world's messy, but this universe is never really out of control. God is above us. And I can choose Mary when I remember nothing going on around me changes the fact God is above me and He's on the throne. And that's why my joy can last, because it's sourced in an everlasting King. He's on the throne, doesn't want me to do life on my own. And that's another reason we can have joy. Not just that God's above us, but God is with us. This is the great promise of Christmas. That this God who's above us does not want to be known long distance. And since we couldn't enter His world, He came to ours. The angel said to Joseph, the virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Emmanuel. Now here's what that means. God with us. Please notice, it does not mean God was with us. You sang it just a moment ago. Joy to the world, the Lord is come. He's not just real. He's real close.